Good morning to all. Today we're going to see a topic called welding. What is meant by welding? Welding is nothing but the joining of two materials with similar materials with or without the applications. Here the definitions are the material joining process which produces the collisions of material by heating them to a suitable temperature with or without the applications of pressure or by the applications of pressure alone and with or without the filler materials. We have the more types of weldings available in the manufacturing theme, where here the welding is joining of two materials with some places we use the pressure or some places we use the pressure without a pressure. And also we like same the filler materials. Heat based welding materials are heated to a suitable temperature to create a fusion, and with or without filler materials is added to the joint. Where the pressure based material welding applications of pressure alone can create to join between the materials without any heat. Okay. The mainly we use the arc welding in almost all the places on the daily life, where comprehensive guide to make shield the metal arc welding principles. And then essential welding terminologies. Here are some of the welding terminologies we use: alloy, arc, bed, and an electrode. Alloy is nothing but an element added to a metal to enhance its properties. Arc is nothing but the electrical discharge between the two electrode. Almost we have our department we have this arc welding, electric arc welding. Here we use the electrode as the filler material in the electric gun, and then we use that material to heat to a temperature with the power source, and we use for joining the two materials. Be it the deposited filler materials on the work surface, when electrode melts and fuses into the steel, it is like a filler material, like it on based on the metal, and it melts and it will join. Electrode, they converted to the covered with the flux or bar wire called the rod in stick welding or wire or MIG, and then tungsten welding, TIG welding. There are so different types of welding we have. Key welding components: electrode holder, filler metal, and the nozzle, penetration, shielding gas. These are all some of the components where we mainly focus on during the welding process. A hand clamp that hold a welding rod and conducts electricity of the rod in distance or into the distance. Filler material, the metal added to the weld pool. A weld can be made with or without a filler metal. Thin gauge metal is sometimes welded by the melting into two base metals together. And then third one is the nozzle, where this is one of the things we use in open cylinder or placed over an insulated or to direct shielding gas over the weld. Penetration, diffusion or depth into the parent metal from its surface or amount of fusion through the open faced joint. Shielding gas, gas like argon or helium that won't combine with the other elements, keeping atmospheric contaminants out of the weld pool. These are some of the key. And then critical welding concept here, the depth of fusion, flux, and then the slab. This is an image where we shown this welding. This is an welding metal where we don't through any electric arc. This is the parent metal, this both the side. This is a face weld, and then this is the welding zone. While we use the electrode as the welding joint, here we keep it with the help of the temperature, and it will fill with the material to complete the welding. And then clean where the depth of fusion, how the deep your filler metal penetrates into the metal surface from surface, cleans with the surface and then burned into shielding gas. When slag on welding rod melts, it produces shielding gas and forms hard and post productive coating over the weld. These are all about some of the critical welding processes, and then classifications of welding process: consumable electrode welding and the non-consumable electrode welding. Here we have four types in the consumable: the flux cored arc welding, gas metal arc welding, shielded metal arc welding, submerged arc welding. Then in case of non-consumable welding, electroslag welding, gas tungsten welding, gas tungsten arc welding, auxiliary welding, plasma arc welding, and then stud welding. These are all the types of the welding processes we have used, and based on the applications where required, we use these kinds of welding. This is about the welding process. This is an electro